Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft. The splash screen advises us to try Super Meat Boy. Man, I can't get on that train, not again. I'm too weak. I'm far too weak to go back into the Super Meat Boy world. But we are going to go in search of treasure, and that means that what we need to do first is get rid of all the stuff that we don't want to take with us. I You know, you're at a point in the game. I'm at a point in the game, not you. You are watching. I'm at a point in the game where I need to figure out what I'm doing, right? Because it's not really that tenable of a position to just sort of like be doing this haphazard nonsense that I'm doing here, where I just sort of throw a random chest in a random spot, hovering in midair. I'm loath to leave my gold behind, but on the same hand, like, I don't think anybody's gonna rob it while I'm gone. They might, though. They really might. But the iron I'm bringing with me. Do I need to build anything before I go on this trip? No, I think we're okay. We've got a good bit of food. We've got enough wood. Torches. We're just gonna build a couple more. Take us up to 10. And where did I leave the boat? Oh, the boat. You know, these are things that I'll definitely need. So, first things last, we need to figure out where we're going with the map in our hand. So, the map does work on directions, but I'm not super great at knowing where north is. All right. Anyway, the sway of the map is probably going to annoy me here before too long, but that'll be all right. So I'm still carrying lapis around, which is dumb. I didn't pick up the bed. Ooh. There we go. I almost ran out into the world naked. I love the area up here. These bees are so beautiful, so interesting, and I think that they are pollinating off of the cherry blossoms themselves, which that'll be important information. I didn't know that that was how they worked. The bed. And now we can continue on the quest to find buried treasure, which we will find by going north-ish. So it'll be on an outcropping with a vast ocean to the side, which is likely going to be this one over in this direction. So we're going to just quickly run on down. Ideally not that quickly. I just love this field. I need to figure out what the seed for this world is and write it down so I can live here after I die. But just a beautiful place. We don't want to fall in there. That was our there's still a few places to fall down here. The good thing is though that because there's so much vertical nonsense to get up, we don't have to worry too much about like a zombie coming out of the deeps at us, or at least I don't think we have to worry about that. And I was a little reticent, but it looks like we've just got squid that are getting stuck. I don't think squid fight back. Squid are delicious and inky, but what they are not is like terribly bright, and they will periodically beach themselves trying to get into other water. I need to figure out how to manipulate that someday so that I can farm up some. Okay, we have gone too far and lost the plot, but now that we have the water, we're just going to be able to take it as we traverse. Always checking around for danger. I just love this biome, the beauty of the flowers all around, and it looks like our journey is going to take us near this ruined nether portal that we were near earlier, and I definitely want to just check out this little outcropping of sandstone. It may be nothing, but it looks interesting, so we're just going to go ahead and grab it. I did not leave my boat behind. I would like the record to clearly state that I did not leave my boat behind and that I behaved in a responsible and professional manner. This is very important, and I won't stand for any slander of my abilities. All right, we are on the right track. We are perfectly on the right track. Our estimation of position on the map was perfect. So the only important thing is now we have to figure out what time it is, because it's probably time for us to find a safe place to lay down and not dig for treasure on this day. But all right, so the treasure will be like right there, and I'm just going to dig a little place to lay down for the night here. All right, perfect. And now we'll just be able to run down in here and lay down for the night if need be. We've got light coverage here, and that means now with some safety, we're going to be able to get to the news and dig. But it's a little tricky to figure out your facing. Sometimes. So I don't know if it can be underground or underwater. I've never found one underwater. Usually I just get to an awkward place like this and then just start digging around in the sand. I've also never found it below a sand or layer, so I think, you know, if you get to the sandstone, you've probably gone too far. Typically, I am not an expert and I don't actually know how to find treasure. I just sort of follow the map. Sort of. But I'm not terribly confident about my positioning there. So I think basically we're just going to have a riveting sand harvesting session here, which is good because I need, I need some sand. I'm not like a guy who's got all the sand he'll ever need. I need to build, guiding pillars in a couple of places. I need to get some glass, so I'm not going to be sad about what's going on here, but I'm not going to be like totally thrilled with my inability to find the buried treasure. If you've been watching the hardcore series for any length of time, you'll remember that this is how I died in the last world. I was digging up treasure and then got caught away at night. Didn't find what I needed to in time, but that's not going to happen today. The clickety clacking of our enemies will not get to us. Now, I did leave my my crafting table elsewhere, but that'll be okay. As always, a little bit of distance between where we laid down, just a quick survey, making sure we don't have any weird creepers or whatever. I think because creepers definitely don't get killed by the daylight, but they also don't spawn in the light as far as I've been able to tell. So what you really just got to do is make sure. Sorry, lost my train of thought. You've got to make sure that you don't have any that spawn, and if you go to sleep very quickly at night, that's going to be a great way to make sure that we don't get it. I'm just going to go ahead and make an iron shovel. Look at me already balling out, but it's got to be around here somewhere. And it always seems like it's like 2 or 3 levels down. And I'm screwing up my little base, but that'll be all right. One great effect of this, as I mentioned, is the sand, because you're not really wasting any time if you're getting a resource that is valuable. You're just spending some time. And just like that, another tasty pork chop will hit the spot. And I'm so bad at this. But I'm also unflappable, without fatigue, without knowledge of whether or not I'm going to open up the sandy expanse in our faces. But it's fine. All of this is fine, because when I find this chest, all of my dreams, an average amount of my dreams, are going to come true. And I will dig up this whole beach, and and you can be my witnesses if you want. I know there's a way to do this better. Someone's talked about, like finding the place on the map with the pixel, and I was sort of trying to do that, but no matter how much I squint, I can't quite see. But I believe in myself. And that means that if I just dig up this beach for long enough, I'm gonna get it. I'll just it'll happen when I most medium expect it, and I'll just be going around minding some of my business and some of other people's, and then I'll see a chest. I really thought beginning the sentence like that was going to be my ticket to glory there, but alas. I'm starting to think maybe it is not in the unwatery parts of the beach, so just very quickly going to expand how far the beach goes. Oops. Because I just haven't found one under where the water line was before, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I also just haven't found one under the sandstone layer, but that doesn't mean anything either. I am so bad at this. I don't even think I want sandstone for anything. I'm ruining my iron pick on these things, but I've got more iron. I just, why am I the way I am? Perhaps if we back off a bit and then come back in. Yeah, so just right in here. Right? It should be right around here, right? Anyway, I'm not going to give up, but you very well may. I you know, because the funny thing about hardcore is it's just the same as the real game. It's only that when you die, it's forever. But sometimes these little silly, tedious moments where you like literally can't figure out a basic game mechanic, you know, they happen to everyone, or so it's been explained to me. Nothing to get too sensitive about, but still a little annoying. You know, X is supposed to mark the spot. That is the rumor. Looking around for enemies. I think we're going to spend a couple more days here. If I put something down on the map, will it show up? No, I'm just being stupid now. It's got to be here, right? It's just right in here, and maybe it is below the water line. So we'll just fill it in. I don't think I'm even digging in the wrong spot. I just think I am terrible. And that's a whole piece of iron gone to cut this stupid beach down. And I am absolutely no closer than before to finding the chest. You know, I don't know what I expected. I'm right now physically digging with a map because I'm getting all okay. You know, if the map didn't lead me here, I wouldn't be here, but I'm not getting upset. I'm just gonna make a couple more tools and keep on keeping on. So this pulls us away. If we go in this direction, we're clearly too far. I'm just wondering, am I on the wrong side of the map? Because if we go in this direction, right? Yeah, okay, so we're good. We're not like transposed, but it could be down in one of these areas, so I don't feel like terribly annoyed anymore, but we're just going to keep on pushing out a little further, and maybe buried treasure sometimes is beneath the water. We're gonna find out. And of course, due to the magic of torch mining, we're not going to have to use our shovel for those initial vertical digs, but I am just so put off by my inability to find this. It's pretty funny. Because I'm like, I'm in hardcore, and yet I'm just like chilling. I'm not going to pretend to be like happy with how this is going, though. I would be happier if I could find the friggin' treasure, but you know, X marks the spot. I'm just going to keep digging. I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to keep digging. That's the only thing to do. Just a nice chill time trying to accomplish reasonable goals. And that time they didn't fall, but if you pop the one underneath them, then they still will. And there I accidentally let a whole bunch of the ocean in. This is the sort of thing that happens constantly when you are when you dig near the bodies of water or fill them in. Is it getting dark? Oh yeah, it sure is. Well, barely closer to finding the goal. We're just going to run back inside and toss the bed down. All right, well. Are we going to spend another whole day digging on this beach? I mean, probably. If I were like a smarter person, I would be doing something else with the time. You know, like I would have planted some crops, but I don't want to stay here. I just want to take a box of treasure and leave. But I think we spent too much time on the far side, because it's definitely like right in here. I say it's definitely right in here, and then like I just proceed to continue not to find it for an age of the earth. It's like, maybe if I squint, I'll be able to see it better. I'm about to lose my freaking mind. Oh man, I gotta end this video. I got stuff I have to do with my morning. I thought it was gonna be a 10-minute affair, turned into a slightly longer one, and now I am putting down sandstone rather than sand, just screwing up the whole operation. Awesome, great, fantastic. I wish I was better at this game. You know, I don't often wish for that. If I could have found this stupid chest 15 minutes ago, I would have been, it would have been fine, right? Like, I wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm so awesome. I would have been like, okay, good job, me. You followed the map like, a human being could do, instead of what we have now, which is just an abject failure by absolutely all metrics and accounts. Just like, I cannot believe how bad I am at this game, and you literally follow a map. Anyway, I it has to be here. It has to be here. It literally can't not be here. It's not how it would work. The game wouldn't put a map here if what it led to wasn't here, right? Like that's how it is. So the treasure has to be here, and I'm just bad. But that's all right, because that means I can find it. I just have to keep on digging. I'll dig up the entire friggin' universe, and then I'll eventually find this chest. Yes, yes, yes. I knew that all I had to do was complain long enough. This is far further down than I thought it was going to be, but that is just fine with me. We are going to fill in here. And what do we got? We've got TNT, iron, prismarine crystals. That's fine. We can make a sea lantern. A couple of golds, bit of iron, some fish, heart of the sea, TNT. I mean, overall, I would call it like a disappointing one. But now the real question, which is, what do we do with our inventory? Well, I think we'll just toss a little bit of the sand here because we don't want to leave our sugarcane behind, and sand is easier to acquire. We will toss a bit of raw food in favor of the cooked fish, and finally be able to do what we wanted to do some time ago in the video. So yeah, that was all the way down there. I only through extra effort would I have found it, because that was pretty far in the ground. Normally I find them like 3 deep, and that one clearly is far beneath the surface. So, well, I'm just glad that I got it, and said I was going to end the video now, but everyone knows that I'm a liar. No, this is a good place to end it. When we return, we'll figure out where to go in the future. Build a sand pillar. Nope. I lied again. We're going to build a sand pillar now because that is a logical thing to do with all of this sand. Gonna build it here. My previous one right by shore, I was like, if a gust of wind blew me off, I could fall and then die all the way. But this will be totally safe. Even if we sort of got a gust of wind off of the top, we would fall, painlessly and gracefully onto the ocean beneath us. This is going to give us a nice vantage point for figuring out what's going on in the world around us. Even though we're only now going to be up as high as the cherry tree biome, we see, okay, so there is the one ruined portal. The other side with the other ruined portal would be on that side of that little island. Got a little half moon there, very nice. And then just vast expanse. We've got our sunflower plains there, and then just another birch forest. Nothing of particular note in any of these directions, right? We're not seeing a village. We're not seeing any structures. Not seeing any, well, there's some kind of structure there. Might check that out, but I don't want to be messing with ocean monuments because they have guardians, and, well, they are tough. They're tough to deal with. I know that from my other playthrough, but that pillar will lead us to this beach as far as that's useful for anyone. But there we go. When we return, we will figure out what we're going to do. Probably going to head out to that island and make another sand pillar. Just a little bit more scouting. But before that, we will want to pick up our crafting table and keep the promise that I started making 12 minutes ago or so, and say goodbye. That'll do it for this one, and hope you've enjoyed. And when we return, more hardcore Minecraft, probably with less digging of sand, but I can't promise you everything, or indeed anything. Never used TNT before. We'll figure that out some other day.